Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the final race of the Contest of Speed Tier 3 season. We're live from Silverstone. My name is Dan and I'll be your commentator for this evening. Sadly, in our last Tier 3 race, Matt is not here. He's off doing something else. But I have a more than worthy replacement for tonight. Joining me for his commentary debut, he's got up extra early for this. It's Bodhod, everybody.
G'day. It's an Australian. Whoa.
Yeah, you're a rare breed.
Absolutely.
Some would say you don't exist. You're all paid actors.
I've heard that.
We all know those. Yeah.
And we very much love our Formula 1. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to giving this a crack, but yeah, we'll see how we go.
Oh, you'll be absolutely fine. And I've got the sound glitch. I've not had that in a while. There we go. So, Thomas, the first man out on track, I think. Can't win the championship tonight, but can get himself second place. I think he's 20 points behind Rosa in second, I think.
Alrighty, so he needs a win and for Cookie to have a bit of an average one. Unlucky, but
yeah.
see what happens. I think Ricky's out first.
Is Ricky first?
Come on, map up.
Let's jump on board then. Yeah. Makes our job so much easier. Actually, is he? Or is it Thomas? No, it is Thomas. First man out.
Oh, he's way up there.
He's way ahead. So who we got in the chat so far already? Steve's in. But it's put him in a Renault. Well, you didn't choose your car, Steve, so that's your problem. Hello, Blaze. Nice to have you with us. No, not at all. Of course there isn't for you. Big Danny Rick.
Hopefully I'll be buying a red shirt this time next year, but we'll leave that for later.
Maybe. Yeah, I wouldn't mind that, actually. Be quite a nice one. Thomas coming up to the first sector split. 27-2 and goes through. One. As you'd expect. Yes, you love to see it. Just to reiterate tonight, the championship is still alive in Tier 3. Constructors is over. McLaren have won it quite comfortably. But the Drivers' Championship is still on between those two drivers. That's Eat the Cookie and Rosa. Both those guys in with a shout. Oh, Thomas Backen steps out and he's gone. Ooh. He's round. Maggots and Beckett's. He's lost it.
Easy to do, but yeah, that's a shame. Hard to be a bit cooked.
Yeah, they will. He'll have to box for that one. So let's jump across to Ricky then. He's the next man on track. In the racing point, the sole racing point tonight, with Remconin again missing out.
Be careful of track limits here. Harsh penalties are here.
Yeah. Oh, Ricky throwing that car through. Good drive. I thought the line 1:29.0 on the medium tyre. That's a good banker lap for Ricky.
That's a good lap. That's very good. So what kind of whole time do you reckon? Oh, Cookie.
Something like that. Yeah. 26.7. It might be. I don't think Cookie knows what a banker is. It's flat out or nothing.
Wish I could do that. But
yeah, I'm nowhere near that quick either. He said he might go on the wheel tonight, but I think he wants the championship too much. So, who have we got in the chat then? Kellens, welcome. Yeah, it's a shame you can't race tonight, mate, but at least you can watch on. And Connell, you're supposed to be driving, Connell, not commenting in the chat, man.
There's always one.
It certainly is. Rosa takes second place, just behind his teammate, some 4/10 back. We've got Mozza there coming round to towards the end of the second sector.
Actually, jumps up to third with a 27.8.
Good time from him.
Hopefully you can find a little bit more.
Maybe he'll be happy with that, I think. Yellow's in sector 3. Ricky's gone. He's gone again.
He's gone again on mediums.
Oh, interesting from Ricky. 2 Mercedes coming back out. Probably going to try and work a toe. We'll stay with Mozza for now. So he's got 3 corners to go.
Left, right, across the line.
Puts himself third, 27.2.
That's not bad. Bad at all.
Yeah.
Steve coming across the line in his bright yellow Renault. P4, 27.5.
So all the guys looking low to mid 27s at the moment. Cookie the only one into the 26s.
I wonder who will give the toe a go. Looks like those Mercs are lining it up.
Yeah,
It'd be quite valuable with such a high percentage of the lap on throttle.
Could be. No, I think there's too much between them. Sarget's dropped right off the back. Maybe they're just going to try and get a banker in each and then go for something more extravagant. We'll have to wait and see. So we've got Ricky coming around to complete his second lap on the mediums.
He's going again. He's in overtake.
Yeah, he must have invalidated then. Or he wanted a second charge lap. Sargate needs to be careful he doesn't get affected by one of the Williams here coming out of the pits. Oh, Millsies gets right in the way. Actually, is that Millsies or is it an AI car?
Millsies is still in the pit.
Okay.
Not sure what you're seeing.
Yeah, I just saw his car appear out of the pit lane and get right in Sargate's way, but that would explain why Sargate just kept his foot in the whole way through. If he's not actually there.
So Thomas is catching Ricky and they're both on whole laps. So hopefully they don't get in each other's way.
I think they should be okay at that range. I mean, Ricky's a seasoned veteran. If he thinks he needs to, he'll get out of the way. Nice cluster of cars coming out of the pit lane. Start their next lap. Sargate, I think, has a DRS failure. Yeah, he does. So he really could have done with that toe.
No good. Owen's back in.
No worries, Millsies. We worked it out.
Thomas goes up to P2, only a tenth behind Cookie, 26.8.
Yeah, those two should really have been the championship fight this year, but different circumstances. And Sargate's pitted in, so no time yet for him. 3 men so far without a time. That's Stumpy, Blades, and, as we said already, Sargate.
They're going to want to put something on the board.
Yeah, they will. They've still got 8 minutes to get out there. But it's approaching one-shot territory now.
So what's the strategy around here?
It's an easy one-stop, soft to medium.
Medium, okay. It's the only one I don't know.
Yeah, it's the easy one-stop. I mean, if you get damage lap 1, you can put the hards on and they will go to the end quite comfortably, which I've had to do for the last 2 seasons.
How do they feel to drive on though?
They're awful. No, I mean, they don't really drop off, but there's nothing there.
Yeah, you'd rather enjoy going around the circuit.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, it's worth putting them on just to get to the end, but then as soon as there's a chance to get rid of them.
Do it.
Which of course now with the safety car update, it's more than likely to happen. So
Absolutely.
we've got Rosa now, the one man who can stop Cookie taking that championship. comes down towards the split for Sector 1. On to the Wellington Straight. He's
almost at it. Previous best. Got a bit of time to find. He wants to challenge for the front row.
Be interesting to see what his exact breakdown of a lap time would be, so we don't get that privilege on the spectator menu. And runs wide at Cops.
Nearly lost it, but he's held on to it.
Yeah, the lap's still going.
Through nuggets, nuggets, baguettes, everything in that. Onto the back straight. What's this one called? This is the hanger straight, isn't it?
Yeah.
I find myself really familiar with these corner names.
Don't worry, it's my home Grand Prix, I don't know all of them. Well, I know the names, I just struggle to identify which is which. Especially since the new layout came in.
Well, I've drawn myself a little map, so hopefully I can look down at that and find a couple of names. He's gone nearly 3/10 quicker, stays P3. Just
Nice.
over a tenth behind Cookie.
But he's into the 26s. That's what you want to see. He can get himself round, and he'll get himself another run, I think, if he wants it.
Should have time, 6 minutes left.
Yeah.
Dan Hilton coming around the last corner, 7/10 up.
And improves by 1.2 seconds.
Stays P13.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Pure Blades, the man who needs to set a time, is out on a lap at the moment, but
It's invalid.
yeah, I think it is. What? Gets out of the way of his teammate. Is he going to be boxing now? Indeed he is. So no time yet for Blades. Yeah. Sygate's on his out lap. Which I don't think he is, I think he's pushing. I think he's pushing really hard. I think this is, I think that this is a hot lap for him. Final corner, here he comes.
2 seconds.
Puts himself into 8th, good lap. 2 men now with no time, both still in the pits.
So 1 to 3 is very close, and then 4 to 9 is quite close as well. So a couple of positions to be found if you can find a 10th or 2.
Yeah, and I would expect Tichy and Raycon to join that 4th to 9th battle as well once they put on the soft tyre. If they're going to put on the soft tyre, they might not. We never know. Stumpy, meanwhile, one of the 2 without a time, he is out for his 1 shot. And we've got a slow moving Haas on.
Is he? Oh, just getting out of the way to Conal.
Yeah.
Or it's going very, very slowly. He's running out of fuel. Yeah, he's flat at fucking 95 k's, so he's running out of fuel.
Fair play.
He won't get round and back out again in time, so that.
No, that's his qualifying over with a 27.3. Stumpy coming round for his 1 shot lap. Let's ride on board with him. It's wide entry into turn 1, able to carry a lot of speed through to this new section of the course. I said new, it's been there for years now. Newish. Newish section. It's the Wellington Straight.
On board reminding me how much I love this track.
Yeah.
Such a great track to drive around. Through sector 1. Long left and long right. Takes forever to get on some power here.
Yeah.
Oh, Thomas goes quickest on a 26.7.
Yeah, gets himself. Yeah, but Cookie is going out again, so.
The target's been set.
Yeah. Rosa's heading out as well, so we're going to have a three-way fight for pole. Thomas has put his benchmark down. Stumpy meanwhile into Maggots and Beckett's.
Down,
well, he's not set a time yet, so it doesn't matter.
So that's why amateur commentary things.
Hey.
Anyway, through the last couple of corners left.
Oh, that could cost him.
His lap's still valid.
He puts himself fourth. Great run from Stumpy.
That is a good lap.
He'll have been clenching hard there when he went across that curb.
Oh, absolutely. Tight buttocks.
Right, so let's jump across then. Cookie, he's just gone into sector 1 and he's 900ths up on his time, but he's invalidated, I think.
He's got a minute, so should have time to get another one in.
Yeah, if he wants to do it. He might just be happy starting second. He doesn't. All Cookie needs to do to win the championship tonight is finish 9th or higher. Then it doesn't matter what anybody else does. Rosa needs to win. And if Cookie finishes 9th, he needs the fastest lap as well.
Isn't he?
Yes, Thomas is too far back to win the title, but if Rosa was to DNF tonight, I think he could take second.
Okay. Keep that one in mind.
Yep.
Got Rosa and Cookie both starting their laps.
Yep. Rosa's the man in front, so we'll go to him first. Towards the first split. Matches his time. Which of course he did in the first time he improved, so...
Mr. Consistent.
Through
that first sector. Through the very fast second sector. Lots
into
and
cops.
of speed.
And then
Maggots. Hold the throttle as long as you can. Keep over the brakes. Oh, cuts that. Oh, he's invalidated it. Rosa.
Yeah, he's done. That's Ethan's time set at a 29.6. It's all down to Cookie now.
Yep.
Cookie at the moment is a 10th and a half up. So we head towards the sector 2 split. This could be monstrous if he gets this final sector right. And for a man who said he doesn't like Silverstone and that it's his weakest track, this time could be absolutely huge. Here he comes. Eat the cookie. 26.2 absolutely annihilates the pole time.
Wow, that is quick. That is very, very quick.
He's really laying down the gauntlet for his title challenge tonight. Ricky, meanwhile, half a second up on his previous time, because he is on the soft tyre now. So he's heading for a 27.9, unless he can improve in the final sector rather, which I think he will do. 27.4 puts himself into 10th. So look at that, 4th to 11th, separated by less than 3/10.
Wow. Shows how close this field is, but that's what we want to see. Nice tight battle in the middle there.
It certainly is. That's what I'll be dropping into next season. And I can't wait for it. Okay, so Eat the Cookie then on pole, puts himself in the best position to attack and secure his Tier 3 title. Thomas in second place is fighting for that in the championship, and Rosa in P3 will be hoping that the two in front of him have a bit of a nightmare really, and he can get hold of the win and the fastest lap Remember, he needs both if Cookie ends up in P9. Anything less than that for Cookie, Ethan only needs to win. Stumpy in P4, great qualifying for him. In fact, I think that's his best of the season so far. Steve into 5th, KV in 6th, Mozza in 7th, Connell in 8th.
Yeah, Saga and Ricky 9th and 10th, so...
Yeah.
Like all of those guys on the softs.
Yep, there will be, and then everyone outside the top 10, of course, gets free choice of tyre. We've got overcast conditions. Team Stumpy will be loving it.
Yep.
But it could be it could be a sign of some rain later on in the race. We'll have to wait and see.
Spice things up.
It would be good.
See what the weather does for us as they wait to sort out their strategies. Wonder how many will start in those mediums, see if they can go long. Yeah.
It's a gamble.
A little bit, you'd be hoping for no safety car or
a late one.
Or a late one, because that could really throw it out.
So, let's have a look at the chat then while we're waiting for these guys to get themselves ready to go. Fenrique cheering on Cookie tonight. Varamir going for Rosa, saying please win and steal all the cookies. Ben Pike's cheering on Blades. Two Spell is in the chat, nice to have you with us. And Alps saying he can't see how Cookie can mess this up. It's Cookie. If there is a way, Cookie will find it.
Yeah. We seem to be messing each other up an awful lot, so...
It could be written in the stars.
You never know.
You never do. We'll wait and see what happens. Settle in, everybody. Get yourself something to drink, something to munch on. Get ready to enjoy the action. Hopefully Silverstone will not fail to disappoint. So, on the tyre front, we have everybody in the top 10 starting on their qualifying tyre, which of course was the softs. And everybody outside the top 10, with the exception of Dan Hilton, starting on the mediums.
A lot of them have gone for it. See how that pans out.
Yeah, Tichy down in 14th, I think, will be a little bit disappointed with himself there. I think he would have hoped to have been higher up the field. And I think he has the pace to do that as well. Raidcon the same, I think he would have hoped to have been higher up, but we saw that midfield was so tightly packed. One mistake on a lap and that puts you down into the teens.
Yep, that's right. So we'll see how much they can claw back from where they want to be. Get themselves into that top 10.
The one thing,
get onto the tail of those soft runners, then
they can
around a bit. Actually gain a little bit of time, but yeah, we'll see how they go.
Yeah, the one thing they won't want is an early safety car.
Oh, absolutely not. It can make or break your race, and if you're going for that ultimate strategy, it's most likely going to break it. So, see how things pan out, but just getting ready to line up on the grid now. Fairly spread out, but I'm sure Cookie will close them up a little bit.
Millsy's backing himself for points. That's what you'd love to see. And Matrix, I'm not sure. I thought the gap was more than that, but we'll do a check. Matt will know.
Website says 13, so that might be what he's looking at.
Maybe. Yeah, Matt will be able to check it when he arrives. But let's get ready to go racing then. Here at Silverstone. 5 lights are red. It'll be the glitch as always. So we wait.
Still waiting.
And we go.
Go, 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 go.
Cookie gets a good drive off the line, so does Thomas. A little bit of movement at the back of the field. Cookie managed to hold it through turn 2 though. Rosa crucially in 3rd, but Stumpy challenging. But Steve's managed to get himself through into P4, round the inside of Stumpy. Manages to make the double move work. Connell's up to 6th as well. Mozza dropping back. Cavey, shocking start for him. Down 3
Ferraris
places.
when they started. Got
Yeah.
Ferrari running around the back. Bit of a shame, but up the front, McLaren, Mercedes, McLaren just as they started.
So Cookie leads then as we head down towards Copse Corner, with Thomas close behind, followed by Rosa, then Steve in an impressive 4th place.
KV right on the gearbox of Mazda. Probably don't want to go for a dive on that one into Maggots and Beckett's, but close behind, see if you can get a toe down to the third corner.
Yeah.
Very, very close in the middle there.
Jump back up to the front because Thomas has lost ground, but Rosa's right on the tail of that Mercedes.
We've got a 7/10 gap now from first to second, but Dave Thomas can pull a bit of that back. He doesn't want to let Cookie run away.
Yeah, I think Thomas is running either a high downforce or a very high downforce rather, or a very low downforce setup, and I have a feeling it's a very low one. Just because of where he lost it in qualifying and then the sectors that he's losing time in.
Good observation, could be very well the case. So hopefully he's rapid enough down the straights to make up for that. Give it a bit of a battle.
This is where we'll find out. 7/10 at the start of the straight. No, he's losing time. Oh no, then he gained it towards the end. Yeah, I think he is. Hanger straight will be the real key.
Yep.
Meanwhile though, Mozza now on the back of Sygate.
A bit further down we've got Titchy and Raid having a bit of a scuffle. Titchy's trying to get past the Red Bull of Raidcon, both in those mediums.
Yeah, and Ricky as well, struggling at the moment, but he's on the soft tyre, so something wrong with the racing
He's
point.
not going to want to fall too far back. Gets a decent run out of the Magnussen Beckett's complex though, onto that straight.
Yeah.
Really
Titchy having a look into Stowe. It's nothing more than that.
Be brave to go down into there. You've really got to have the run to make that work. As Cookie's nearly a second clear at the front now.
Yeah. DRS is enabled though, and as long as Thomas can stay in range, he'll start to claw him back.
It's 9/10 over that detection point, so you should have the DRS. We will see in a couple of moments.
Yep, he does. And this is where we'll really start to see the pace advantage in a straight line if he does have one. Yeah, fastest sector 1 of anybody for Thomas there. Yes, it was DRS assisted, but yeah, but everyone else behind him will have it as well, and no one's beaten it yet, so I think so. Ricky and Raycon fighting for position. Raid's managed to get past the Welshman. Ricky really struggling at the moment on those soft tyres.
Yeah, I wonder if it's temps or
maybe.
So I'm not sure. He's dropped a couple of positions, hasn't he?
Yeah,
he just want to see.
I think he's struggling in dirty air as well. Maybe his setups.
Mother's spun.
Oh, Mozza's gone.
I saw him going side by side just in the background. I'm not sure if he's got contact. He hasn't got damage, or visible damage at least, which is good to see, but he's right around the back now.
Yeah, it would have been with KV if anything did happen, so let's check the Ferrari for damage. Nothing on the right hand side as we can see here. And there we go, Thomas smashes the previous fastest lap, 1:30.7 for him. KV is also damage free, so it's not him. Might have just been a coming together and one's gone round.
Yeah, maybe.
Meanwhile, Blade's up into P9, 4 places gained off the start.
Done well.
Great job from him, yeah. Currently holding a bit of a train with Raycon. Needs to be careful and needs to close up to KV, but of course Muzza not being in that gap's really going to affect him.
So
Front 3.
Breaking away now.
Yeah,
Steve
3.
P4 and
Yeah, 3.2 seconds now the gap back to Steve from the leading trio. I think yeah, I think the next big move is going to be Raycon on Pure Blades down towards Stowe.
He can get the run out of here.
Yeah, he had a really poor entry to Maggots and Beckett's, got himself a time penalty as well, dropped 2/10, and that's let Ricky in with a chance.
His exit was okay though, so he's right on the back of Blades.
Blades managed to hold him off. Yeah, and Blades is dropping away from KV, who is right on the back of Cygate. DRS assistance has got him into the gearbox of the Mercedes.
Bit of a train, Cygate's hunting down Conal, who's hunting down Stumpy, so see who can make a couple of moves, but yeah, you don't want to lose that DRS, do you?
No, definitely not. Steve's in a very strange position at the moment. He's got no one around him to either give him or chase him with DRS.
Yeah, it's quite low on ERS already, in the 20s, so he's going to be struggling a little bit, but we'll see if he can hold that little gap.
He needs to push hard if he wants to try and either close up or keep himself ahead. KB holding it around half a second at the moment to Cygate, but I can see him pushing on.
Oh, Ricky gets loose and he's in the grass, that lets Titchy through. He just lost the rear bit on the exit there.
Yeah, Ricky's really struggling.
Yeah.
Connell.
Get off those tyres.
Connell closing right up to the back of Stumpy into Maggots and Beckett's. Could have a move down into Stowe here, but Stumpy's got the better drive out. DRS will have to work its magic. Not close enough for Connell, who incidentally has adopted Silverstone as his home race this week. Of course, Connell being Irish, this is the closest track to him geographically.
Good stuff.
Yeah, a bit like
it's got to have a home race.
Certainly have. A bit like Max Verstappen with Spa and Austria for the last couple of years. Of course, Zandvoort on the calendar for this season. Whether it will actually run or not is another question.
Yep.
Ah, there he is.
Hey.
The usual man I have as my partner in crime. I knew he'd turn up at some point. I knew he wouldn't miss the last comms of the year.
Surely can't.
Eighth, Rosa has dropped off the back of Thomas. Now 1.5 seconds the gap in front, but Thomas is keeping Cookie in range here.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yep. So Thomas is wanting to hunt that McLaren down while dropping the other end, and that's what he's done. So Rosa's kind of want to push a little bit to get back into that train, but it's going to be difficult. He's in low ERS at the moment, so maybe he's just saving a little bit.
Yep, charge that battery up. Meanwhile, Tichy managed to make his way past Pure Blades up into the points now, and he's going to start hunting down Raycon. Ricky's dropped right back though, right a long way away. Connell's still behind Stumpy, but this could be closer. And I think no, Blades has gone in Maggots and Beckett's.
He was running just ahead of Ricky, but he'll be back.
Yeah. Connell made it past Stumpy on the inside there of Stowe. So he's up into 5th.
Stumpy, Cygate and KB are all very, very close. KB had a little bit of a look at Cygate there, but decided to back out of it, probably smartly.
Cygate, I think, could get Stumpy into Luffield here.
Well, they're all very close. KB's looking racy as well. See who can make the big moves. Cygate gets a little bit loose off the corner. Probably allows KB to get right back.
Yeah, double DRS isn't going to help though, and Stumpy survives for one more sector.
Right at the back, we've got Mazza hunting down towards a photo. Dive down the inside. Oh, a little bit of contact, but nothing too bad. Gets by him.
Mazza now can go after the 2 Williams of Millsies and Dan Hilton.
Still on those soft tyres, so they'll have a little bit of life still left in them, so he'll want to make as much ground before the medium starts to catch him up. Stumpy gets 3 seconds.
Let's have a look in the chat then after the start. So
Pit stop talk. It is a long pit stop here, isn't it?
yeah, 28 seconds according to Alp.
Yep. It's very, very long before you actually get into the pit lane, as Sygate is into the pits.
Yeah, and gets a speeding penalty as well. That's not going to help his cause.
Particularly not a close battle there.
No.
He'll probably put the mediums on and go to the end.
Yeah, Moz has managed to get past Millsies. He's now eyeing up Dan Hilton, but Forza Fredo's following him through. Side by side into turn 1.
Makes it stick.
Oh, and Moz has gone again!
Oh, nearly gets collected by Pure Blades, but that's a shame for Rosso.
Yeah, great avoiding action there from Blades. Manages to keep himself out of the nose of that Toro Rosso.
Yeah, he's done well there. He's done very well. We've got KV trying to hunt down Stumpy again. Up into P6 and 7. We've got barely spaced out ahead of them and a bit of a gap behind, so that's the closest battle on the track at the moment.
Stumpy looking.
Sygate's time to see if he can get a bit of time back on those blokes he was battling.
Yeah, and get an undercut on them all.
He's got plenty of space on track, so he'll be wanting to push a little bit now, as we've got Cookie in the pits. So he's the first one.
Yeah, Cookie takes the first one. So Thomas will be pushing now.
Yep. Next couple laps can win you the race, potentially. And gain a bit of time on the blokes you're fighting. Got Conal and Stumpy also on some pits behind. Move Steve up onto the podium temporarily. Still in lots of clear air, but so Cookie will come back out. P12, just behind Millsies.
Yeah, could have a move by Tichy on Raidcon. He's looking. Nothing just yet.
Tichy gets a good run.
Is he going to go for it in the cops?
Balls still if he does. Ooh,
Not quite. He's holding on. Moz has pitted for the hard tyre.
Hard tyre, so let's see what his pace is like. Maybe he's not confident he can get those mediums to the end.
Maybe if he was on high temps or high wear, that might be why the softs cause him to spin so much.
Yeah, perhaps. Tichy's run out of Merckx and Beckers wasn't the best, so Raidcon should be safe for another lap at least.
Yep.
3 seconds.
Rosa is in, but Thomas keeps going. And Cookie is in traffic, so this could work out for him.
Steve is in as well as KV, but we'll have to keep an eye on how Cookie's tracking, because he'll want to get past that traffic as quick as he can. Oh, look at that, there's 3 cars right in front of him, 2 of which are battling. So that's really going to hold him up.
This is all for position. They don't have to get out of his way.
Yeah, you can see him really struggling to get by that Williams for starters. Where's Rosa come out compared to Cookie?
Rosa is behind, and Cookie makes his move.
That half lap of traffic cost him though, for Thomas. But
let's have a look. Gap to the leader is 28.7. If Thomas pitted now, he would come out right with him.
Tichy's right in the back of Raidcon again, the P2, currently P2, effectively that'd be what, low points. We'll see what he can do to Magnus and Beckett's.
Yeah.
Just stick as close to the back as he can so we can get a run onto that back straight.
Thomas could be in with a shout here. He's still 28 seconds clear, and he's pitting in now. This could be a brilliant overcut. Tichy, meanwhile, has gone round the outside of Raycon into Stowe, but Ray's coming back on the inside. Tichy holds it though. Great move from the Alpha man. No, and let's see, where's Cookie? So gets in the pit box. Cookie's made it past Blades. Forza Fredo ahead of him. So gets back on the move. This could be really close.
This is going to be very, very, very close. Cookie's coming around the last corner just as Thomas is about to get released for the pit lane.
And Thomas is go. It's not going to be enough. There he is, but he sees Cookie though, and Cookie crucially is challenging Forza Fredo, but Fredo's fighting back. Good man, and here comes Thomas on the inside of Cookie. Oh, he had a look at it, thought better of it. DRS it is open though. Fredo's going to go.
Oh, Fredo's held it. Oh, he's a bit deep, and
he has gone deep. And Thomas is going to try and get him with it around the outside though.
Power. It's going to be side by side. Now this is not good for Thomas. He's going to lose time. Cookie now that he's cleared him. So Thomas just want to get by as soon. Oh,
bit of ghost in there.
Might have saved a nasty accident. But oh, well,
as far as we're aware. Yep, and crucially he's still within a second and on 2 lap pressure tyres. So
hopefully that can come back to him at the end.
Rosa's still in there, just in the background. He's not out of this one just yet.
Yeah, we can just see them ahead of him. He's still going to want to close that gap, but as long as he stays in relative touching distance, then he'll be in for a shout. He really needs to get onto that top step if he wants any chance to win the championship. Dan Hilton into the pits, unfortunately gets 5 seconds.
Yep, it's a shame for him.
Yeah.
Hoping to do well here. We've still got 14 laps to go though in the British Grand Prix, the final race of the Tier 3 calendar for Season 4.
Home race for most of these guys, so not a bad way to end what's been quite an entertaining season.
Certainly isn't.
Well, from my point of view as a spectator, but it's been a good one. But if this last race can deliver, it's looking pretty good at the moment.
Yeah. Tier 3 never disappoints.
Rolls is right in the back of Fredo. He's 6-7. Going to tuck behind for now and hopefully make a move. He's losing a lot of time that Cookie and Thomas actually being held behind the Ferrari. That's really not helping his cause.
No, it's not.
He's got a run here though. So he's going to make the move on Fredo around the outside on the straight. And he's done it before the corner, so that was fairly easy, and he's going to want to reel in those front wheels.
Yeah.